G'day guys, it's Spastic Crow here, playing Space Engineers. Just thought I'd give everyone the rundown on rotors. It's my first build with rotors and I've just grasped how they work and their functionality. Now this is a small ship, it's got atmospheric thrusters, so because I'm in an atmosphere, that's the best to use. So it's just a small ship. Alright, I've got two arms, I've got landing gear on the end. I've put both the rotors into the same group and both the landing gears into the same group. Now I'm not using landing gears underneath because I found that when you have a moving part like a rotor or a piston and you lock onto a surface, it seems to mess around a bit. The physics of the game aren't quite set properly, I think, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe I haven't understood something, but yeah. So anyway, so yeah, it flies around, it's a fully functional ship. I can go backwards, forwards, left, right, do a loop-the-loop if I wanted to. Right, so I'll just explain it to you. I don't know if you can see my toolbar, but I've put the groups. When you make the groups, you press K and you select them, and then up here you can name the group. So I could call that atmospheric thrusters, and that's where I've got jets. Now, once you've made the group, I suggest clicking on one to start with, then make the group, save it, select the group, then hold down Control and left click on the ones that you want to be put into that group. I always click save again afterwards just to make sure. Now, I've got the rotor. So this is the first rotary control. This controls both of them. As you can see, they're both made into the same group. I've named the individual rotors left and right as I was building it, so I knew which one was which. I set them up. It's not too hard once you've done one and you've understood it. So the torque. I'll go through this. Okay, the rotor locks them so they can't move. You should probably do that from the start so they're in the right position when you're building it. You've got the torque, so this is basically how much power it applies to speed up to the RPM that you set it to. So I've only got 2 RPM, so it would make 2 circles per minute, which is really slow because I want this for delicate handling. So you've got braking force, how fast it will stop when you turn it off. Well, I'm using rotor lock, so it stops instantly. Now, these are the important parts. You've got the lower limit and the upper limit. Basically, if you place it on a wall and look at it, and imagine it's a clock, lower limit is left, anti-clockwise, and upper limit is right, clockwise. The rotor displacement, I'm not quite sure what that is. I think it's up and down movement, just so it can align properly, but yeah, I haven't quite figured that one out yet. Anyway, once you've got them into your groups, you press G and you can choose the group. Say you want it on the rotors, you just drag it down into your toolbar. You can have one to toggle it on and off, or one to toggle them to lock. So look for a lock, unlock, rotor lock, on, off. There we go. And then the next one we'll drag down to number 4 and we'll have it as reverse. So it automatically makes it go one way or the other. Now you can have it so that one button makes it open and one button makes it close, but I want to keep as many buttons available as possible. So right, once you've figured out how to unlock it and lock it, see they're moving at different times, that's simple. You just go into the inventory and you click on one of them and you click reverse. Just here, reverse. Now they will both be operating simultaneously. If you've got the same speeds and same angles, it will look beautiful. Now lock them into position before you go moving anywhere, or they flail around like silly sausages. Just wait for that to open. Right, lock. Okay, now we go up to the item we want to move. Let's just say this. Put this here for this. Now, we want to reverse the motors and unlock the rotors. And see the landing gear lock on, or one of them did. There we go. And now we lock them before we move anywhere, or it can have some wobbling issues like that. So lock. Now you can move it, take it to wherever you want it to go. What did I fucking say? Ambient noise. Right, so you take it to where you want it to go, you land, you reverse the rotors, you unlock the rotors, and you unlock the landing gear. When the arms are at their full lock, you lock them back into place and you can fly off. And you can go grab another one. You can actually stack them if you wanted to. You'd have to be very, very careful at flying, but it's possible. Thanks for watching. That's pretty much the rundown on how rotors work, and yeah, see you in the next video.